This week on the Lost Gardens of Chateau de Rosieres, Marc will be finishing his ambitious transformation of an abandoned water cistern into a high-end technical room, or shed as he prefers to call it. This week we're installing the high-tech equipment for both propagation and aquaponics.
Hello everybody, this is Marc from Chateau de Rosieres. Today we are going to carry on furnishing our new garden shed, and it's going to be really exciting. Last time we put the aquarium in place, which was a very big and heavy task, and now it's in place we can put the lighter things around and start properly furnishing it to make it usable as a garden shed. So this is going to go here, and there will be a sink. This is a propagator that will be a bit more in the corner. Propagator is it's a special device that controls heat and humidity in order to propagate young cuttings or delicate seedlings. So that's the very first step where I will plant everything. Then the seedlings can be transferred into the cold greenhouse, which would be like an unheated greenhouse, or into a propagator, and then they can be planted elsewhere in the estate.
The desk is in place. We decided to just sand the top roughly, leave the bottom, partially because it looks all right and partially because it's less work.
Mostly because it's less work.
Yeah. But it turned out all right. It's not a perfect piece of furniture, and it's cute, and it'll work for Marc.
Yeah, it's still a garden shed, as nice as it is.
Yeah.
And I don't need the perfectly, a very fancy desk. So this one will do. These shelves are meant to be part of an aquaponics system. So there are trays where I'll be able to grow things like microgreens and things like that. And they will be fed by the water of the aquarium, and it will flow by gravity from a shelf to another, and then eventually be collected into a big bucket and re-pumped into the aquarium. So before we install another shelf, I would like to put in place whatever I can, which is the horticultural lights and some of the hose system.
Marc bought this aquaponics setup second-hand at an auction a couple of years ago, and it's been gathering dust in our barn ever since. It's far too large for Marc's shed, so he'll have to be selective with what he moves in. While Marc disentangles the equipment in the barn that he needs, Margot is washing the grimy shelves with the spring water by the cow's field.
Margot made a lot of progress in the steps, and it's starting to look very good and to be very comfortable walking down.
Yeah. 2.5 more steps than there were before. And only
one step at a time.
One step at a time.
These are special horticultural LEDs that are designed to maximize photosynthesis. So it's mostly blue and red wavelength, which gives the best lighting for plants to grow. So there will be some on every shelf eventually. So now I'm going to install the fans to create an airflow on the plants to improve photosynthesis and reduce mold.
Photosynthesis involves the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen by plants. Increasing air circulation helps to make this process more efficient.
Nice.
The trays are where the plants will be grown hydroponically. In hydroponics, it's not necessary for plants to be planted in soil because all of the necessary nutrients are added into water which flows around the plant's roots. In aquaponics, fish are added into the equation, with the plants and the fish creating a self-sustaining ecosystem. Marc will be explaining further as he sets the system up.
On each tray there are two pipe inlets, one for flooding the tray and one for draining. So it goes, it floods on a timer, and then once it's flooded, it flows down the tray and drains.
As far as I can see.
So now I have some help from Clément and Margot. So we are going to be able to put some more shelving. Are you excited, Clément?
The sun is shining through every window pane. It's bathing you in light, so why should I complain? If there should ever be a storm.
So these are our sides?
Yeah.
With a look out through the window pane, where the sun will shine again. Time is moving still, and you are here with me. A house upon the hill, and a little apple tree. The sun is shining through every window pane. It's bathing you in light, so why should I complain? If there should ever be a storm or a pouring rain.
Okay,
So we'll move this one that way.
because the blackboards are out that way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much lighter without
Yeah, here
the
it's
planks
fine.
on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
A bit more that way actually on your side.
like that.
Voila. Then this one. Same.
Oh, she's beautiful. Look at that.
Up. Then this one.
Okay, watch out, Clément.
Watch
Move
out,
it.
Clément. So while we were putting these shelves, I had an idea for another layout, which is basically the same, but putting these shelves against this wall, which means that as we come into the shed, we would see the aquarium as we come in, and it might look a bit more open. So we are going to try it before the shelves are full of stuff. Trays on one. Again.
Okay.
So that's a little change in the setup, but it will look nice. So I'm going to put the lights on this one, and then finish putting the fans, installing everything. Let's try it. All working. That's gonna be nice. And the fans, I'll need to arrange my cables. They're working as well. Got a lot of rain, so it got a bit muddy. So I'm just trying to keep on top of the mud. One thing I've been really looking forward to doing is to start my propagator. So it's a dew point propagator, which means that it keeps the air perfectly moist for the cuttings to root easily. And it comes from the UK, and so it came with the UK plug, so I need to change it to a European one. I'm really looking forward to using it because I've heard a lot of good things about this propagator. The lights are not going up, I don't know why. There should be some lighting in here. The propagator is set, so I need to remove the plastics, the protection plastic. So basically the idea is there's a timer for day and night that will switch the light on and off automatically. Then at the bottom there is a grid, and underneath it's there's a lot of water, and there's a bubble pump, an air pump that will blow bubbles in the water to saturate the atmosphere in moisture. So it will be really hot and humid. So then there's a heating bottom to keep the whole box completely really hot and humid. And so in this little space, the cuttings will root really quickly and very easily.
Papa. Cheek, cheek, cheek.
Looks amazing. Look at this. Wow, Clement. And do you know what, Clement? I saw Michel at the market and he said he's got a carp ready for us.
Where?
A koi carp for the aquarium. Have you got a coffee machine down here?
No, but it's coming.
So what are you going to grow?
Illegal stuff.
He's clearly not going to grow illegal things, just in case anyone was wondering.
I'm sure everybody was wondering.
I think everybody was thinking that, but no.
No, it will all be perfectly legal.
So what's the plan behind this bit?
Well, I got the inspiration for this whole part of the garden from Chelsea Physic Garden in London.
Really?
That we visited last year. And it's the principle of the 18th and 19th century acclimatization gardens, where the plant hunters would bring plants from all over the world that came from various climates and cultivation conditions and things, and they would try to adjust them to European climate with the winters and see which ones would survive and everything. So the idea was to provide the young plants the best conditions possible to make them grow nice and strong, and then as they grow bigger, you submit them to harsher and harsher conditions. So you start in a hothouse where you nurture them and give them exactly what they need and all the nutrients, the water, the moisture, everything. And so that's going to be this part here. When they're rooted properly, you put them in the soil if they're not already in the soil, and then transfer them to either a greenhouse, a hot house, or a cool greenhouse, depending on where they come from. Then you might transfer them to cold frames, where it gets a bit colder. And then you transfer them outside in a sheltered part of the garden, where they're basically outside, but protected from the wind and the worst of the winter conditions. And then once they're properly acclimatized, you can plant them to their final destination on the estate.
Well done on this. This has been an immense project. Incredible.
Not finished yet.
Not quite finished, but usable.
Getting there.
And next we're moving on to the greenhouse part.
Exactly.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget that next week it's the video on the Chateau channel, the Chronicles of Chateau de Rosieres, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks' time.